Alright, check this out. You think you know trash talk? You see it on the court, right? Players getting in each other's faces. You can't guard me. You can't. You see it in rap battles. Dudes spitting fire so hot the other guy just melts into a puddle of shame. And don't even get me started on the internet. Keyboard warriors out here acting a fool, dropping savage comments like they get paid for it. We think we invented this game, this art of the verbal smackdown. We think we're the kings and queens of throwing shade. But let me tell you something, man. We are late to the party. We are rookies in a game that's been going on for centuries. Before there was Twitter, before there was Instagram, before there was even a basketball to bounce, there were the OGs, the original gangsters of getting under your skin. And they ain't who you think. I'm talking about some furry little 4-pound animals that live in a hole in the ground. That's right, I'm talking about prairie dogs. You're looking at me crazy, right? Kevin, what? The little things that pop up and look around? Yes, those little things. They were out there on the plains, running their mouths, describing their enemies with such detail it would make a gossip columnist blush. They were talking so much asterisk T, man. So much. So buckle up, because today we're pulling back the curtain. We're gonna dive deep into the world of these underground legends. You're about to find out that these ain't just cute, cuddly rodents. Oh no, these are savage social assassins with a language so complex it's basically a 24/7 news network, a family group chat, and a diss track all rolled into one. You thought your auntie was messy? Wait till you hear about the prairie dog down the block. This is the real deal, people. The original trash talkers. Let's get into it. So let's break down this language, right? Because when I say they talk, I ain't talking about just bark bark, squeak squeak. No, that's for amateurs. That's like saying all rappers do is rhyme cat with hat. We're talking about a sophisticated system here. Scientists, real deal people in lab coats, studied these little dudes. They found out that a prairie dog's bark isn't just one sound. It's got different parts, different tones, different frequencies. It's like they're speaking in sentences with nouns, verbs, and adjectives. They're not just yelling danger, they're yelling, hey y'all, get down, there's a tall dude in a blue shirt coming this way, and he looks shifty. I'm dead serious. They can describe the color of your clothes. Can you imagine that? You're walking through a field, minding your business, and a whole town of prairie dogs is under your feet going, look at this fool with the yellow jacket. Who wears yellow anymore? He looking like a big old banana out here. They can describe your size, your shape, even how fast you're moving. They're like little furry news anchors giving a live field report on your every move. It's like CNN, but for the underground. We're live on the scene where a large, slow-moving creature, we think it's a human, Bob, is approaching from the west. He appears to be carrying a camera. We advise all citizens to look cute but remain vigilant. Think about that level of detail. They can tell the difference between a hawk, a coyote, a badger, and a human. And they have a different alarm call for each one. It's not just predator. It's a hawk is circling, everybody duck. Or coyote on the prowl at 3 o'clock. Look alive, that's strategic. That's next level communication. It's like having a personal security detail that announces every single threat with a custom ringtone. Your phone does that, right? A different sound for your mom, your girl, your bill collector. Prairie dogs been doing that for thousands of years. They're not just screaming, they're broadcasting specific, actionable intelligence. And it ain't just about predators. They use this language for everything. They're talking about food. They're talking about territory. Hey, Steve, you're planting your grass too close to my property line, man. I see you, Steve. Back it up. They're probably talking about each other too. You know they are. You can't have a language that specific and not use it for a little bit of gossip. Did you see Brenda's new burrow? Tacky, just tacky. It's a whole society built on information, and that information is delivered with the kind of precision that would make the CIA jealous. So when you see a prairie dog standing up on its hind legs, chirping away, don't just think it's making noise. That little dude is painting a picture with words. He's a storyteller, a watchman, a town crier, and a hater all at once. He's got a whole arsenal of sounds that can build up his friends and tear down his enemies. He's got more words than some people I know. This ain't just animal instinct, people. This is a language. And with language comes power. The power to warn, the power to organize, and most importantly, the power to talk some serious trash. Okay, so they got the language down. Now let's talk about how they use it. The social life of a prairie dog is dramatic, man. It's like a reality TV show that never stops filming. They live in these massive communities called towns, and inside these towns you got smaller family groups called coteries. Think of it like a neighborhood, right? And every neighborhood has its drama. You got the cool family, the weird family, the family that's always arguing, it's all there but underground. And the soundtrack to all this drama is constant chatter. Constant. They got this move called the jump yip. You've seen it. It's when a prairie dog stands up, throws its little arms in the air, and lets out a loud yip. It looks cute, right? Like it's cheering. Wrong! That's not a cheer, man. That's a declaration. That's the prairie dog equivalent of standing on your front porch and yelling, "This is my block." It's a territorial flex. And when one does it, the neighbors do it too. It's a chain reaction of yipping and jumping. It's like the wave at a stadium, but instead of cheering for a team, they're all just yelling about their property lines. "I'm here. My family's here. Don't get it twisted." And the gossip. Oh, the gossip has to be insane. With a language that specific, you know they're talking about each other. They're social animals. They have to be. They groom each other. They nuzzle. They greet each other with what scientists call an identificatory kiss. They're basically sniffing each other to make sure they're part of the same crew. It's like their own secret handshake. But you know the second one of them walks away, the other one is turning to his friend like, "Did you smell Gary? Man, he needs to lay off the weird roots. His breath is kicking." You can't tell me that's not happening down there. This constant communication builds bonds, but it also creates tension. They have rivalries between coteries. It's like little street gangs. The West Meadow crew don't mess with the East Borough boys. They'll chirp at each other from a distance, throwing shade across the dirt battlefield. It's all posturing, it's all smack talk. They're testing each other, seeing who's gonna back down. Most of the time it's just noise, but sometimes it escalates. They'll chase each other, get into little shoving matches. It's a whole soap opera playing out every single day. Who stole whose food? Who's trying to move in on whose territory? Who's getting a little too friendly with somebody else's mate? It's all happening. So this ain't just a peaceful little village of fuzzy friends. It's a complex, dynamic society full of alliances, rivalries, and social climbing. Every chirp, every yip, every little squeak is a piece of the social puzzle. It's how they maintain order, how they establish dominance, and how they air out their dirty laundry for the whole neighborhood to hear. They're not just surviving, they're politicking. They're navigating a social landscape that's as complicated as any high school cafeteria or corporate boardroom. And they do it all with a level of vocal flair that is just magnificent. So you gotta ask yourself why. Why did these little guys develop this insane high-level communication? Why do they talk so much smack? Is it just for fun? Nah, man, it's deeper than that. This is about survival. This is evolutionary swagger. Every single one of those detailed calls, every piece of gossip, every territorial dispute, it's all part of a strategy to stay alive in a world that is actively trying to eat you. When you're on everybody's lunch menu, you better have a good security system, and theirs is the best. Think about it, living in a big open field is dangerous. There's nowhere to hide. So what do? You create safety in numbers, but having a big crowd is useless if you can't communicate. It's like having a huge army where nobody speaks the same language. It's chaos. The prairie dogs figured this out. Their language is the glue that holds their entire society together. It allows them to act as one giant organism. When one prairie dog spots a coyote, that detailed call allows hundreds of others to know what the threat is and where it's coming from. They all react instantly. That's power. This is their group chat. It's active 24/7. The jump yip isn't just a boast, it's a wellness check. "I'm still here. I'm alert." And when his neighbor answers, he's saying, "Got your back. I'm alert too." This constant chatter creates a web of security. A predator can't sneak up on them because somebody is always watching and everybody is always listening. It's a flawless neighborhood watch program. They don't need cameras or alarms. They the cameras and alarms. This ain't just trash talk, it's life insurance. And the family stuff? The coteries, that's their family text thread. They're constantly checking in, making sure the kids are safe, making sure everyone's fed. The kiss greeting isn't just a hello, it's a security question. You with us? You part of this family? What's the password? If you're not in the coterie, you get chased off. This keeps outsiders from stealing their resources and infiltrating their burrows. It ensures that the family unit, the core of their society, remains strong and secure. Every little bit of social drama we find funny is, for them, a critical part of maintaining that security. So, all this *T-talking is actually a finely tuned survival mechanism, perfected over millions of years. It's the reason they've thrived. They're not the strongest, they're not the fastest, and they're definitely not the biggest. But they might be the smartest communicators out there. They out-talked and outwitted their way to the top of the plains survival game. Their swagger isn't arrogance, it's a byproduct of being damn good at what they do. They talk a big game because their lives literally depend on it, and you gotta respect the hustle. Now, let's put it all in perspective. Let's do a side-by-side. Prairie dogs versus us. Who's really the master of communication? Who's the real OG? We think we're so advanced with our smartphones and our social media and our 5G. We can send a picture of our lunch to somebody on the other side of the planet in 2 seconds. That's cool, I guess, but how efficient are we really? How much of our communication is just noise? We're out here arguing with strangers on the internet about whether a hot dog is a sandwich. Is that helping us survive? I don't think so. Look at the prairie dog. Their communication is 100% efficient. Every single call has a purpose. Hawk, up high, coyote, from the left. Weird human with a yellow jacket standing too close. It's all actionable information that benefits the entire community. There's no fluff. There's no LOL or IDK. It's pure, unadulterated, life-saving data. Meanwhile, I got 500 unread emails in my inbox and 499 of them are trying to sell me something I don't need. Who's the more advanced species again? I'm just asking the questions here. We get on social media to connect, but half the time it just makes us feel bad. We're scrolling through pictures of people on vacation while we're sitting on the toilet. That's not connection, that's self-punishment. A prairie dog's social network actually keeps it safe. Their likes and shares are alarm calls that save lives. Our likes and shares are for cat videos. I mean, I like a good cat video as much as the next guy, but let's be real. There's a difference in priority. They're checking on each other's physical safety. We're checking on each other's follower counts. And think about the clarity. A prairie dog can describe a predator with such detail that every other prairie dog knows exactly what to do. Me? I send a text to my boy, yo, let's link up later. And what do I get back? Who dis? We got autocorrect changing our words, we misinterpret tone, we argue for 3 hours over a misplaced emoji. A prairie dog never has to deal with that. There's no, wait, did you mean the coyote yip or the badger yip? Your tone seems a little aggressive. No. The message is clear, concise, and understood by everyone. It's flawless. So when you really break it down, who's the champ? We might have the technology, but they have the technique. We have the internet, but they have instinct. We talk a lot of trash for entertainment. They talk trash for survival. They were running a complex, efficient, life-saving communications network back when we were still trying to figure out how to draw a bison on a cave wall. So with all due respect to our own species, game, set, and match goes to the little furry dudes. They are, without a doubt, the OGs. We're just playing catch-up. Now, because they're so damn good at what they do, have you noticed something? Prairie dogs have broken through. They've crossed over. They're not just animals anymore. They're pop culture icons. They got that it factor. You know what I'm talking about. Some animals are just animals, but others, they become stars. And prairie dogs are superstars, man. They got more screen time than some actors I know. They're the leading men and women of the nature documentary world. When David Attenborough needs a guaranteed hit, who does he call? The prairie dogs. Because he knows they bring the drama, and the memes. My God, the memes. The dramatic prairie dog or dramatic chipmunk, even though it was a prairie dog. Don't get me started on that disrespect. That little 5-second clip is more famous than most movies. That quick turn to the camera, the intense music, that's pure comedic genius. That's the look of a creature that has seen some things. That's the look of a creature that just heard some hot gossip from the burrow next door. That one meme captured the essence of their entire dramatic, trash-talking existence. It's a cultural touchstone. They've become a symbol of surprise, of drama, of being overly invested in something. We use their image to describe our own human moments. When your friend tells you some shocking news, what do? You send the dramatic prairie dog gif. They've given us a visual language for our own foolishness. They're so good at expressing themselves, we have to borrow their expressions to make sense of our own lives. That's influence. That's power. They're not just living in our world, they're a part of the conversation. Think about it. They've got the documentaries, they've got the memes, they've got cute viral videos all over YouTube and TikTok. They're celebrities. They got name recognition. You say prairie dog and people smile. They know who you're talking about. They've got a brand. And their brand is being cute, dramatic, and hilariously vocal. They've managed to build a media empire without even having thumbs to tweet with. That's impressive. They've got a Q score that marketing executives would kill for. So, let's give them their flowers. They're not just some random rodent. They are bona fide pop culture legends. They clawed their way out of the dirt and into our hearts and our timelines. They did it by being unapologetically themselves, loud, social, and always ready for a close-up. Their cultural impact is just proof of what we've been talking about this whole time. Their personality is so big, so compelling, it can't be contained to the prairies. It had to spill over into our world. They're not just nature's trash talkers. They're nature's entertainers. So there you have it. The case is closed. The evidence is overwhelming. When it comes to the art of the smackdown, the poetry of the put-down, the grandmasters of gossip, there is one undisputed champion. And it ain't the heavyweight boxer, it ain't the battle rapper, and it sure as hell ain't that dude in your comments section with a cartoon avatar. The crown belongs to the prairie dog. They've been running the game for so long, they don't even know it's a game. For them, it's just life. They were talking trash in surround sound while we were still pointing and grunting. They built a whole society on communication, on knowing who to trust and who to clown on from a distance. They are the living embodiment of the phrase, *T, get away from the hawk. They're the original social networkers, the pioneers of the group chat, the founding fathers of the subtweet. Every sassy remark, every clever comeback, every perfectly timed burn you see online owes a little something to the legacy of these furry little legends out on the plains. They laid the groundwork, they wrote the playbook. So next time you're online and you see someone drop a comment so spicy it makes your eyes water, just take a second. Before you hit like, before you retweet, just take a moment to pause and salute the OGs. Tip your hat to the prairie dogs, the undisputed, undefeated heavyweight champions of trash talk. They are the kings and we are all just living in their world, trying our best to keep up. Now if you'll excuse me, I think I saw a dude in a red shirt walking by, and I gotta go tell my crew about it. Peace.